What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another trading view, another analysis. So today we will be talking about Euro USD as usual and gold. And before I begin, let me introduce myself first. My name is Chen Yu, and I'm your host for today. Okay, so welcome to the Olympus Academy, everyone who are just joining into the live stream. All right. So without further ado, let's delve right into the charts, guys. Okay, let's talk about Euro USD first. So let's begin Euro USD on the monthly time frame. Okay, guys. So as you can see, I've already marked out a few key levels. As you can see, all these zones here, the weekly breaker, weekly demand, point of interest, the high, the breaker block, all those are areas that I will explain shortly. So first things first, let's go right to the weekly time frame, guys. So on the weekly time frame, I have marked out the high, which is the latest high over here at 1.08742. Also that I also marked out a weekly breaker block at 1.07368. And the reason why I marked that out as a breaker block is because we can see price made a bullish movement up, came down for retracement, and went up again. So this actually grabbed liquidity below, and that's the reason why that level there, 1.07368, is a breaker block. At the same time, there's a weekly demand zone, which is this candle here, which started the entire bullish movement up, and that candle is at a level of 0.709. So that will be some of the key levels that I'm showing here tonight for you guys today. And if I were to go right in depth into the charts, let's talk about the daily time frame now, guys. So on the daily time frame, we can see that price have been largely bullish, okay, forming higher highs and higher lows. Let me grab my brush out, guys. So if I grab my brush out, okay, I want to show you guys how I mark up my highs and my lows out. So let me grab my highlighter tool instead. So we can see that there's a high, low high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, a higher high, and a higher low. So this confirms that we are currently in a bullish market and a bullish trend, guys. Okay. So if you look at current price action, if you're talking about the daily time frame, we can see that price have been largely consolidatory at the current price action, and there is a lot of buy-side liquidity that is building up right here. So this entire area here, there's buy-side liquidity, guys. Okay. So let me go down to the 4-hour time frame where we can analyze things onto a fractal level. So we can see that an accumulation schematic actually took place right on the 4 hours time frame, and we can see that this low here has actually been swept, okay, which is the previous daily low, and liquidity has been grabbed, okay. So multiple liquidity range for sell side liquidity have been grabbed and cleared, which also led to a very strong bullish momentum up. Literally, the bullish momentum ran up about, let me check, literally ran up 92 pips, guys. 92 pips. That is insane. Okay, that can be seen on the 4-hour time frame. Currently, price seems to be in some kind of retracement, and I believe that price will head up as well because there's a lot of buy side liquidity, buy side pressure that's happening and present in the market. Okay, guys. So that's why I'm currently looking at on Euro USD as of right now. It is safe to say that we are looking for longs. Okay, we should not be looking for any shorts in this case, unless you're talking about some kind of intraday levels or intraday shorts that you guys would want to take. Then by all means go ahead, but make sure to employ proper risk management strategies. So let's talk about the 30 minutes time frame. If you look at the 30 minutes time frame, we can see that right here, price began accumulating, as we can see. And after this accumulation, price literally went up 92 pips or about 90 pips from what I've showed you guys just now. Okay, and we can see that price has actually been in this entire range for a long time now. Okay, and it's about time for price to actually move to a certain direction. And in this case, we believe that price can continue bullish. And the reason being so was because price came down, grabbed liquidity, and pushed price all the way up, forming a lot of buy-side liquidity, buy-side pressure right above this entire area. Okay, guys? So that would be it for Euro USD. Okay, I will not be looking for any shorts as of current price action. And if now let me start talking about gold. So if you look at gold on the daily time frame, it is also equally as bullish, guys. Equally as bullish. And we believe, or I believe, that price could potentially go in bullish, okay, due to the structure. Okay. And also, okay, so I see that Richard Wyckoff actually mentioned that he's expecting price to hit towards the daily liquidity area. I have the exact same liquidity area as you, and I believe that that's an area that price can potentially tap into. Okay, if I were to go down to the 4 hours time frame on the daily chart, we can see that price tapped into the demand zone perfectly, and in a very, very clean manner. It mitigated close to more than 50% of the entire zone, and currently it seems to be very, very bullish. If I were to go down to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that we refined our demand zone on the 1 hour time frame and also on the 30 minutes time frame. And actually price tapped into this demand zone, this extremely refined demand zone over here, which also followed by a very, very strong marked bullish retracement. Very strong marked bullish trend moving back up to the highs again. Currently price is hovering about 1919.08. And if I were to go down to the 15 minutes time frame and to show you guys a potential or possible long entry that could have happened on gold, okay, we can see that price tapped into this demand zone here very, very nicely. And the reason why I would say that this demand zone is the last point and the last important area that price could potentially reverse is because that is the end. That is a specific swing low here. Okay, this area here is a specific swing low right here. So if price were to come down, that would have already signified a very clear break of structure if price were to come down very nicely. Okay. However, price did not, and price actually respected this demand zone and literally went up like 200 pips, 180 pips. It's crazy. So Richard Wyckoff actually mentioned that, with the Empire State Manufacturing Index being bad for the USD, you are expecting that the CPI news would also be bad later on, adding more fundamental confidence for the buys. I 100% agree with you on this. Okay, so for US, I assume that you mean US CPI would mean that the inflation has been slowing down. That is actually a very, very good news for Euro USD and for gold as well, because just some fundamental nuggets for you guys is because, when the CPI news comes out to be, to kind of show and reflect that inflation have slowed down by a lot, that would mean that the Federal Reserve has been, all the multiple aggressive rate hikes and the hawkish stance that they've taken in the market has actually came to fruition and is showing the effect on the current market conditions and on the current price of the goods and services. And then the question is, how is that directly translated to appreciation in euro, dollar, or gold? Okay, and the reason to why that is happening is because primarily due to the fact that investors, they anticipate that the Federal Reserve will start to take on a more dovish stance in the market because of the actions of their hawkish stance and all the very, very aggressive rate hikes taking place. And that's the reason why they begin to take on more risk. Okay, they're becoming more and more risk takers in the market, and it's a very risk-on sentiment in the market currently. So because of that fact, we believe that Euro USD can continue appreciating, and the entire bullish movement on Euro USD and gold has so far been due to the fact that people are pricing in this, this potential dovish stance in the Federal Reserves and also less aggressive rate hikes, and that would mean that they could take on more risk as well. So that's just a little fundamental nugget for you guys. Okay, but let's go right back onto the technicals. And if we go down to gold, I mentioned that I'll be looking for a potential buy trade, or rather a trade recap where we could have looked for entries over this area here. And let me go right down to the lower time frame, talking about the 5 minutes time frame instead. Okay. And if you look at the 5 minutes time frame, we can see very clear structure over here that has been broken. So let me mark out the structure. We can see a higher low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. So we can see that this lower high over here has already been broken. Okay, this structure here have been broken very, very cleanly. Okay, and that is the reason why I believe the price could potentially, it literally went up like 100 pips or maybe even more, 180 pips. Okay, that's insane. And if we go down to the lower time frame, let's go to the lowest time frame. Let's talk about the 1 minute time frame. So now, where will you guys probably enter this trade? Okay, so remember that price is fractal by nature. That means on the 1 minute time frame, they have their own structure involved in the 1 minute time frame. And if I were to clear this entire chart, okay, just to be more clear for you guys to see where we could have possibly entered, let me drag this entire zone here. Okay, right here. Okay, so we can see that these are the various swing highs and the swing lows as well. Okay, and this entire zone here is the 30-minute zone. All right, guys. So as I've mentioned, we will want to look out for sweeps of liquidity. And knowing gold, it's a currency pair or a pair that really likes liquidity and really, really likes liquidity grabs. So above everything first, let me just mark out this area of liquidity to show that price could potentially clear, and it really did clear in this case. So price actually came all the way down, cleared these liquidity hotspots, and it began ranging or in a bearish trend on the 1 minute time frame coming down. However, price literally went super bullish all the way up, and many of you guys would actually perceive these as a break of structure over here. Okay, so you might not be wrong to know that this is a break of structure. However, it is a very weak one. And the reason why I say this is a very weak break of structure is because you can see that the candle did not even close above this specific wick at 1898.4. So that really just shows that the bullish, it's more likely that this is a grab of upside liquidity, buy side liquidity before heading back down. And that was clearly what been shown over here on gold. Okay, price actually grabbed this buy side liquidity and went all the way back down again and clear another sell side liquidity over here, guys. Clear one more time sell side liquidity before starting to hit bullish again. So we can see that actually in this case, upon clearing another sell side liquidity, we can see a market structure shift. And what I mean by a market structure shift is that we can see over here, let me just mark it out for you guys. Price came down, retraced, cleared liquidity, went up to clear buy side liquidity, went down to form a lower low, a lower high, another lower low here, guys, another lower low here before going back up. Okay, and this time a proper clear of a proper break of structure upon a retracement, and then it went up. So if you look at current price action, why do we think that this area here is actually a break of structure and not a sweep of liquidity? And the reason why we said that this area here is actually a break of structure, this area, is because we can see the candles actually closing very sharply above that specific level. And upon a nice retracement, if you're talking about really smart money concepts entering on the demand zones, we could have entered here, stop loss just right below the pips, right below the low, and that will give us a very nice stop loss of about 5 to 6 pips, 5.7 pips. And if you were to run this up all the way to the current, let's not talk about the current price, but let's look for specific take profit target. First things first, let's just take partials here in case, just for show, okay, guys? And if you were to actually take profit over here, which is that last supply zone over here, it will net us a very nice risk to reward over here. But of course, as I've mentioned, that you guys will want to manage your risk properly. But this is just a quick rough overview of where we could have possibly looked for longs. And that would be it for gold, guys. And actually, Richard Wyckoff actually mentioned another thing, that the previous US PPI release caused a 1200 pip movement for Euro USD over 2 to 3 days. That is absolutely insane, and I really saw that. I actually was right. I was right there when that actually happened, and Euro USD literally went up all the way, and it's been absolutely bullish and smashing it ever since. Literally last year, November, October, and that actually people started to price in a potential pivot in the market. and that actually really came true. As we can see, that price have been super bullish for the euro dollar. Okay, and that will be it for today's session, guys. Okay, that will actually be it for today's session. I hope you guys really gained something out of today's session. Okay, and it's really a pleasure for us to constantly be able to stream and provide you guys with these nuggets of knowledge for you guys. And I really hope that you guys are able to repay us or repay the favor by giving this live stream a like and a subscribe. Okay, it will mean a lot to us. So let me just show you guys some of our works as well. So my partner, his TradingView account is DogeStonks. If you can look at him, yeah, that's his face here. And he posts a lot on fundamental news, CPI data release, also on Euro USD, some potential forecasts that could actually play out in the market. Okay, and he's very active in this space. So definitely do keep a lookout for many of the things that he's posting. Also, make sure to give me myself my account a look and a follow as well. So I post forecasts on mainly Forex, but sometimes on Bitcoin as well, but mainly on FX, like fundamentals on pre-FOMC, Euro USD, Pound Yen. Yeah, so this is my partners and my TradingView account, and I really hope that you guys could give us some support. It would mean a lot to us. Okay. So thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow. Or rather, my partner will be doing a live stream tomorrow. So do stay tuned, okay? And yeah, stay safe, guys. Make sure to stay vigilant.